Nice Micro Monday. Batteries suck. So when I was younger, we used to have all these rechargeable batteries which had the same form factor, like these like AAA and AA batteries. Those were used mostly in like the cameras. First we would have these film cameras that would use these batteries for flash, and then later we had the digital cameras, of course. And I also had the Walkman, which originally was the portable cassette tape player, which used the same batteries. And then later, some of my family members started to have these wireless keyboards and mice, and they would still have the slot for these kind of batteries. So my family would have these batteries everywhere, and we would have the charging stations that you just put two batteries in and then plug it in the wall, and it would charge the batteries in a few hours. And of course, with these type of rechargeable batteries, the thing was that you should always like charge them fully to 100%, and then you should always deplete them as much as you can if you want to preserve their capacity for the future. So when you use it in your mouse, you should not just charge it because, okay, I finished working, so I just put out the battery and put it in a charger and I will just use it later. No, you should be using it on as long as it works, and when it stops working, then you should pray that everyone else were keeping the batteries constantly charged, and you can find a pair of charged batteries in the house instead of having to put it in the charger and wait for a few hours until they recharge. And so this is one of the reasons why I never really like these wireless technologies. Like, why would I want my computer mouse to be having batteries in it? Why do I want to worry about one more thing to be charged when basically I use it with the computer? So why cannot just have a cable and get its power from the computer? It's like, I mean, for a camera, yeah, you want to go to the forest and take pictures, and you cannot, plug it into an external power source there. So it makes sense to have batteries in it. But what about your keyboard? Your keyboard you use with your computer, and the computer can provide the power, even if the computer itself is a portable computer. It already has the batteries. You already have to worry about keeping charged. Why do you want another point of failure where something can lose its charge, like in your mouse? And the same thing goes with today's hot technology, the wireless earbuds. Everyone is crazy about the wireless earbuds. I personally have a pair, and if you think about it, it has 3 batteries you have there. There are the 2 batteries, one in both of your earbuds, and there is a battery in their case, because once these very small earbud batteries, they drain, you need to recharge them, and why don't you recharge them from a 3rd battery? And then you can recharge the 3rd battery from a power outlet if you really need to. Or maybe you have a 4th battery, a power bank, and you can use that. But anyways, the thing is, a lot of people already have problem just with the concept, because these are Bluetooth headphones, and the audiophiles will tell you that Bluetooth doesn't provide the same kind of audio quality that a good wired earphones or headphones would give you. Well, I guess they are not comparing them to these kind of earphones. And people have problems with the security aspects of Bluetooth. They say it's like the least secure thing you can have on a computer, which I cannot confirm or deny this accusation. But anyways, there is the problem with the batteries, of course. So my wireless earbuds, I really like them because you can just plug them in. I have like a Bluetooth dongle. I can plug it in my computer, so I can listen to whatever is going on in my computer while I'm roaming around the house or even at work. I can do that. And it's really nice. And these things work quite well, so I could listen to whatever for about 1.5 or 2 hours even when they were new. But now that little time have passed, like 2 years maybe, about 2 years have passed, so now my right earbud will stop working after 20 or 40 minutes, depending on the outside temperature and other random factors. But sometimes it will just go silent, and then I can just hear my left ear will just go totally mono. Or sometimes if I'm listening from my phone will realize that something wrong, will disconnect the Bluetooth, so everything will just stop. And I have to get my phone out of my pocket, reconnect the Bluetooth, and then I will just have the left ear connected. And so if I want to do something, maybe I just keep it in my right ear even though it's not working anymore if if it would be too much trouble to find my case and put it back, but whatever. So this happens with the wireless earbuds. So recently I just started using wired ones, cheap ones, when I'm on the move, because you know its cable is like long enough to go to my pocket and from my pocket to my ears, so it works. Same thing with the computer, I can just plug it in the computer, it's long enough to go to my ears when I'm just sitting right at the computer for prolonged time. I don't need the wireless ones. And of course the thing is that if this one goes wrong, which will happen eventually because these things I just throw in my bag, take out of my bag, so sooner or later the cables will rupture. But these are cheap, I can throw them away and buy a new one. And you know what, these are made of a very simple construction, so it doesn't even use the high amount of environmentally unfriendly materials. If you throw away your wireless earbud to buy a new pair, then you are throwing away 3 lithium-ion batteries and you are purchasing 3 new lithium-ion batteries instead, which you know, not as environmentally friendly and definitely not that cheap. And when we talk about lithium-ion batteries, we also have to bring up the hot use of the lithium-ion batteries of the day, which is the electrical vehicles. So of course a car needs a lot of energy because, well, you are a human who like, I don't know, like if I'm talking about myself, I'm about 80 kilograms of weight, and if I need to transport myself in a car, then I need to take more than 1 ton of metal and plastic with me. And well, the ratio gets only a little better if I take my girlfriend with me. And if I take a few of my friends, then still the weight of the car will still heavily outweigh us. But anyways, we need to move all this weight to be sit in a car and drive around, which will also require a very big battery. So if you have a gasoline car, or you know, what does they call it, like petrol somewhere, anyways, if you have a car like that, you know, the energy, about half of the energy comes from the fuel and half of the energy comes from the oxygen, which you can just you know, suckle from the air, which makes gasoline, you need to take a lot less gasoline with you in terms of weight than when you talk about the battery, which is like what, like a half a ton in generally in an electric vehicle. And so what will happen to these cars once their battery got to the same state than my earbuds battery got? I don't know. But the interesting thing is that, so some people are so crazy about batteries that apparently there was some leak from Elon Musk's Boring company where he proposed to put battery-driven electrical engines just below freight containers to transport them through tunnels. I mean, I have no problem with electric motors, they are beautiful creatures, and I just want to remind Elon Musk that there have been electric motors used to transport freight, freight cargo, like what is the crates, not the crates, the containers, the freight containers using electrical motors, but without a battery or without the excessive use of batteries, because you know, if you have a fixed route, you can just put the electricity behind or below and above the transport route and just use like a bottom and a top connection to get the electricity from outside to have your motor working. And these are called electric trains and have been running for a very long time. And well, because they don't need to carry their energy source, they got the energy from outside, they are much more efficient in that regard. And well, batteries suck. This was a nice Micro Monday, and subscribe, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.